Now, I'm sure we'd all love to be able to bowl like this.
Knocks him over with pace, real pace.
However, when we play cricket in reality, we end up looking something like this. To start off, I think we need to get a few misconceptions out of the way. One of these misconceptions being, go to the gym and you will get faster. Yes, strength and conditioning work can help when aiming to bowl faster. However, it needs to be done correctly and efficiently. You need to make sure you've got a good range of movement in the right areas. One phrase that I picked up on through my own research was, do not strengthen a dysfunction. This is only going to lead to injuries and isn't actually going to improve your bowling whatsoever. It could potentially make it worse. Secondly, you need to identify what type of bowler you actually are. There are two types of bowler, knee dominant and hip dominant. These might also be known as side-on and front-on bowlers, if you do happen to have already come across this term. For example, hip dominant bowlers tend to be on the springy end of the continuum, as opposed to knee dominant bowlers who are in effect static bowlers. With a good base of mobility and stability, a knee dominant bowler can actually strength train all they like and it won't actually negatively affect their action or their bowling efficiency. Whereas hip dominant bowlers have to be careful. If hip dominant bowlers go too strong on the strength training, they could potentially backtrack and diminish their springy characteristics. Where mobility and stability is concerned, there are actually quite a few specific factors when taking it into account. Hips, upper back and ankle all require mobility, whereas the shoulders, lower back and the knee all require stability. After assessing your bowling action, or your bowling type should I say, you can then bring all the aspects of training together and create a plan. This is all well and good, but age needs to be also considered when creating a bowling plan. The issue nowadays is that children specialise in a sport too early in life. Young people aren't encouraged to take part in other athletic activities, for instance rugby or football. They are simply solely encouraged just to play cricket. This idea I actually got from professional bowling coach Stephen Jones, and upon some thought it is actually a really interesting factor, and also a factor that makes real sense. At the end of the day, in modern cricket you do have to be an athlete, especially at first class standard. Now obviously 99% of us will never make it to first class standard, but at club cricket, like the most of us, we can still make a change and have an end goal to simply become more athletic. So to conclude, number one is lay the foundations. If you do not have mobility and stability in the right areas, or the correct technique, and then go ahead to try and improve your bowling in a different sort of manner, you are essentially trying to drive a car with square wheels. Number two is do the research and work hard. For anything to happen, you have to work hard. But it's not just about working hard, so to speak. You also have to go about it in a smart manner, which obviously links back to the last point. But number three is to keep it simple. The moment you don't buy into it and you overcomplicate things becomes the moment you become disengaged. For many people this is the case, for some it isn't, for me it probably isn't. But I know a lot of people will not engage with it if they make it too complicated. I know this video hasn't specifically been how to bowl faster, and a general answer wasn't really given, but I will be bringing a video out shortly about how to identify your bowling type and some drills you can be doing to improve your speed. Anyway, I really do hope you have enjoyed this first video. If you did, please do subscribe, leave a like and stick around for more.